Hey everybody out there, welcome back to the channel, Fandom Frequency of course. It's your boy Will. I'll obviously be your host, today, and it's good to be back, guys. It's been a while, but I got a lot of fun stuff planned for the channel, and this is just the first of many things. It's a little bit more impromptu actually, since I'm working on other things, Scream 7, things like that, but Spider-Man Brand New Day. They just dropped the official trailer. They had these little teases they were dropping over the last couple days, like little second or two clips with like the Punisher, other things like that. I think our old boy Peter's meeting up with MJ, aka Zendaya, of course, and stuff like that. So let's get right into this thing and see what they've been cooking up for us over there at the MCU. In a 3, 2, 1, let's get it.
I can't believe our first hit MIT.
Love this shot, man. It's so sick.
Come on, pretend like you're not the happiest you've ever been in your entire life.
I can't.
I knew it.
Watching videos of Ned and MJ.
Hi, my name is Peter Parker. You don't remember me, but we used to know each other.
Damn. So
Something
he's
bad
thinking
was
about
gonna
telling
happen,
him, huh?
and the only way to stop it was to make everyone forget about me. Because I'm not just Peter Parker. I'm Spider-Man.
Whoa. Damn.
Frank,
There he
you
is.
just hit me with a van.
Quit your whimpering. Suit yourself. Mother.
Go home! And sometimes Spider-Man has to do the hard thing, even if it breaks Peter Parker's heart. What is happening to me?
Uh-oh.
Oh, God.
Wait a minute. What?
Excuse me, Dr. Banner. I need your help.
What did you say your name was?
All right.
DNA is mutating. It would be enormously dangerous.
Spiders have three life cycles.
3 life
When
cycles, huh?
between cycles, it can leave the spider vulnerable to threats.
What the hell?
We are faced with a danger that we can't control. One we can't even see.
What the
Stay out of my way.
Oh, Scorpion. Nice.
You're losing it, kid.
And for those spiders who make it through, it amounts to a kind
Yeah,
of
maybe fantasy shot. Oh, whoa. What the hell? Is that the hand?
rebirth.
Whoa. What?
Nice flowers.
Oh, they're a housewarming gift.
I'm MJ,
I'm just a neighbor from across the hall.
friendly neighbor.
July 31st. Friendly neighbor. Corny ass joke over here. Hey, man. Love that trailer, yo. But I got one question. Is he turning into Man Spider? Is he going to be like Tobey Maguire where he can shoot webs? Is he going to fully mutate or some shit? It's weird. I wonder where that's going to go. But overall, though, I dig the hell out of this trailer. He looks like he's fighting multiple villains from the classic Spidey comics. I couldn't quite make it out, because it was all just happening so fast, but I might go back and look at the footage and do a little bit more of a breakdown video on the channel about it as well, because it could be some interesting tidbits in here. But the Scorpion shot, super awesome. I've been wanting to see Scorpion on screen with Spider-Man since I was a kid, so getting to see that come to fruition is awesome as one of his very first enemies, or pretty early enemies, not first enemies, but one of his earlier enemies in the comics. And the ninja thing, like the hand or whatever that is, I don't know if that's connected to Shang-Chi, and they're going to be crossing that over because it's Destin Daniel Cretton, who was the director and filmmaker of Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings back in Phase 4. So I'm wondering if they're going to be coinciding together. Is this the hand, and that's directly tied in with Daredevil? It looks similar, but a little bit different to what they were doing in the Netflix version of Daredevil with all the hand and all that ninja stuff going on. But they have since kind of brought that into the continuity, and they're kind of changing things up stylistically and whatnot. So that's interesting. The big one up top here that all of us have been curious about since they announced it was the Punisher being in this movie, with him being so R-rated, with the John Bernthal version of Frank Castle and the character obviously being R-rated in general. People are wondering how they're going to fit that into a PG-13 movie with Spider-Man, because as we know, this movie's PG-13. They probably aren't going to make any R-rated Spider-Man movies. Who knows? Anything's possible. But at this moment, I actually dig the way they did it, where he's like shooting the web over his mouth when he's cussing and stuff like that, but he still literally acts like the same Frank Castle, very hardcore, running over shit. Looks like he's shooting dudes with some kind of tank, like Punisher type vehicle that I think is directly from the comics as well. So that looks like it's going to be a fun dynamic. Getting to see John Bernthal's Frank Castle interact with Tom Holland's Peter Parker and Spider-Man and Punisher working together in their difference of ideologies and stuff. And for those that don't know, for whatever reason, Spider-Man was actually, the Punisher premiered in a Spider-Man comic as a kind of like a mercenary for hire to take out Spider-Man. So that was the whole way they introduced the character to begin with. So I'm sure they're going to recreate shots and kind of bring some of those elements into it without him being hired to kill Spider-Man. I think they're just going to be butting heads and running into each other, fighting crime, being in New York, since he's more on that ground level. So getting to see that play out is going to be super dope. And I think the way that it feels like in this tone here isn't going to take away from the Punisher special that they're doing on Disney Plus, take away from the version of Frank Castle we're probably going to see in Daredevil season 3 and that we saw in Born Again season 1. Not season 3, Born Again season 1. So where that's all going to go is really, really cool to me. And the whole spell with everyone forgetting who Peter Parker was, obviously it's everyone, because Bruce Banner doesn't remember him, and obviously Ned and MJ don't, which was the whole reason why he did it to begin with, was to protect them and everything like that. So how that's all going to play, and if Doctor Strange is going to get in the mix at all, is very interesting. I highly doubt it, but how that spell is going to play a part, and if him telling people is going to break the spell or some kind of repercussions for that, very curious about that element as well. But yeah, like the whole mutation element that they're doing with this movie, Brand New Day, little bit concerning. I'm not the biggest fan of that man spider type thing. Him being able to shoot webs naturally, kind of like the Tobey Maguire version with Sam Raimi back in the 2000s. Didn't really mind that little kind of retcon or change that they did for that version, and the way that they had fun kind of talking about that in No Way Home, when obviously Tom Holland got to meet Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire. So that was all really funny. But how that's going to play into this, I think, is going to be very interesting. And I wouldn't say it's going to make or break the movie, but I think it's going to be a very huge element of something that people will like or dislike with the movie, and may directly change a lot of it. So it could be a make or break situation. It might be a smaller plot line, might not be exactly what it appears, but I'm very curious to see where it's all going to go. But like I said, this trailer, super dope overall. I dig the aesthetic. I really dig the vibe, the really like street level feel that you're getting with this, but with the epic shots, him swinging through New York, all those classic Spidey things that you want to see taking place in a Spider-Man movie. It's all here, but it definitely has its own distinct flavor that feels different from the trilogy that they did with Spider-Man Homecoming, Far From Home, and No Way Home. This definitely has a similar feel, but different at the same time. So I dig that we're going to have those distinctions between these two sets of Spider-Man movies. But y'all make sure you jump into the comment section. You let me know what you thought about this Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer. What did you like? Did you hate it? Fall somewhere in between. We can discuss it here, no matter if we agree or disagree. We just always like to keep it respectful. And as I mentioned, we're going to have a Scream 7 spoiler review coming out here this week. And I might end up doing a breakdown for this trailer. I have some other fun things coming up as well for modern releases, and I have some really cool retro videos that I'm starting to get in planning and starting to get into the kind of pre-production phase, if you will, before I jump into filming them. So there's gonna be a lot of cool stuff coming out back on the regular again, and like I said, we're gonna have a lot of cool retro reviews. But Invincible season 3, Born Again season 2, there's a lot of cool shit coming out, so we're definitely going to be talking about it. And look out for that Scream 7 review within the next 48 hours of seeing this one. So until then, make sure you stay safe out there, y'all. And make sure you stay tuned. You don't sleep on the channel, because we are back in full swing, baby. And until then, I'll see you again soon. Much love. Peace.